Sunrise over the Blue Ridge Mountains. One of my favorite things to watch. I've been getting up in the mornings to watch the sunrise, and I've been getting back to the mountain in the evening to watch the sunset every day. The sun's been rising at 7 o'clock, and there's always this layer of clouds that really adds to the beauty. So you see some white clouds there in the foreground there, and then the very back where you see the sun actually rising, there's a white blanket of clouds back there. Beautiful. So I decided I would go down to Brevard, which is close by, about 30 minutes away, and there's this recreation area there. So I went down there and spent some time there at this creek with the babbling water, and I thought I was really by myself, but I was just kind of chilling out, and then I noticed a guy just appears from out of the woods, and he waves, and then he starts making his way across the water towards me. And I wasn't, usually I would stay and talk, but I wasn't in the mood to talk to anyone this time. So I decided I would just go ahead and head on back. There were some other areas nearby that I wanted to explore. And this place I was parked right here is really close to town. So, I could, if I need to go to Walmart or whatever, I can do that. But I decided I would go to this place a little bit further up the road. It's called Sliding Rock Recreation Area. Now, there are two pieces to this. So the first piece is what you're seeing right now, and that's just an area where you can park, on the side of the road. You can walk down the hill, and there's a creek there, and there's trees there that lay across it that naturally you want to climb onto those trees and just experience the nature and the sound of the water and everything. So I spent a little while walking along those logs there. I did not fall in. I thought about it a few times, considering I've got a relatively new phone. I didn't want to drop it in there, but I was lucky in that I did not fall in. And just kind of watched the creek go by. I was the only person there, which surprised me a little bit. But depending on the time of day that you go, sometimes it works out that way. Now, for a little bit further up, there's this area of the recreation area called Sliding Rock. You can pay $4 to get in, and it has this big slab of rocks. Now, you can't see people in this area, but there's an area just like it. It's much bigger a little bit further up, and these are slick rocks. So, you pay the $4 admission to get in, and then you put on your bathing suit, and you get at the very top of the rock, and you just slide down. And you do that all, and people just do this all day long. So I did not do it this time because I was traveling solo, and it's not really something I want to do by myself. And plus, I didn't have my bathing suit with me, but maybe next time I go there, I'll do it. But I took a look from above, down directly at the water, and you just get a really unique view. You see all kinds of shapes and everything looking from above at this area. But this is called Sliding Rock Recreation Area. You may have heard about it before in western North Carolina. So I spent a few minutes just getting as close as I could to the water, just to kind of get a different perspective that I wouldn't normally have. Even if I had gotten into the water, I wouldn't have had this perspective because I would have been, splashed with water. But, it's good to be able to look at it really closely, and luckily I did not crash the drone, even though I came close a few times. I got a little bit too close. So as I was leaving, I found out about this other place that was really nearby that I didn't even know it existed. It's a wildlife center, and it was just down the road. And so I decided to take a look at that. I love places like this. So this one's called the Pisca Center for Wildlife Education. So I went there, was all excited, and then I noticed the sign. it said that they are closed due to the governor's order because of COVID-19. That didn't really stop me completely. I decided I would still look around. I could not go inside to see any exhibits or read any literature, but I could at least look around. And what I saw here is that they have a fish hatchery. And I read the sign there, and it looks like they mostly have trout here. So you can see there all the different little places that they have the different trout. They have different ages of trouts in the different little ponds there. And what they do is they grow they raise the trout, and then they release the trout into that stream you saw earlier. And then when people go to fish, they have something to catch. So here's, I noticed the plaque there with everybody who contributed. And right above it, I noticed there were a lot of birds flying around. Well, that's because this place smelled like fish. It's a fish hatchery. And so the birds, they want some fish. So I decided I would go ahead and leave and head back. There was only one employee there, and that was the guy that was doing the lawn maintenance, and he was getting some rocks out of the ground. So I headed back up the mountain for my evening, where I camped for the evening, and the sun was getting ready to set, and so I was looking from above, looking at all the beautiful green trees, which won't be green for much longer because it is September now. So within the next 30 days, they'll start changing color, which when I will go back. And right near where I'm camping is this beautiful rocks that has natural water that just drips down 24/7 and gives a nice sound, at nighttime when you're sleeping. And again, where I'm camping, you can see the rocks on the right there. The road just curves around, and I'm right there, right on the very edge camping. So I come here in the evenings, I watch the sunset, and realize just how lucky I am.